And welcome back to Gordo's Games. It's Gordo here, bringing you some more Digimon TCG content. So today we're bringing you a deck profile, and today is some of my old spice. I haven't really played this set, and it's not because of any particular reason. Besides, I'm not sure how I feel about it as of yet. I like the deck, but I'm not sure if this variant or another variant, which I will be doing a profile at a later time, is the way I'd want to go about it. I know which one's more competitive. This one is. So, let's get into it. Check it out. And if you do like the content, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications so you know that when this kind of content goes live, you know about it first. Alrighty. So this will give you an inkling to start with. So DigiX, we're running 5. Most people run 4 for consistency basis, but I don't like to be left without an egg. So run 4 of the omnimon. This is what everyone normally runs, purely because it's consistent with the egg, with the level 3 that we run, and you'll pretty much know which one it is. But I like to run the one of omnimon, purely because if I do cycle through my rookies, I want to have one left for my options to be live. So run 5 there. Rookies we run 4, just the 4, as I said, and it's 4 of the Vmon. It has jamming, it's good pressure, guarantees a draw off the Demi Vmon. With how much memory this deck gives away though, Vmon's used often live as well, so it's always good to see. So that's 4 level 3s. Going into the 5s, we run 6. We run 4 of the Magnanimon. On play, trigger recovery +1. This allows us to stack one extra recovery, allows us to be a bit more pressing, a little bit have a longer game because we have got the ability to recover. And your turn, the heritable is this Digimon gets a +1000 DP for every 3 security cards you have. To go along with it, it's just a vanilla for green. It's the Skull Scorpiomon. It's a 5 cost to drop. We don't digivolve into it, so its digivolve cost is irrelevant, and we don't really swing with it. But yeah, it basically gives us an option to get a cheap green on board, so that we can digivolve off on top of this. So it's just the 6 there. Now we run into the bulk of things, and we run 1, 22 level 6s. We'll start off with some of the MVPs. 4 Magnanimon. On play recovery +2 if you're at 3 or fewer security. Does have the other effect, and I'm not running the Lucymons in here. I don't like the idea. I mean, it's a good idea, and I don't see anything wrong with it. I do think it plays more into the other kind of variant there, where you play into the more 2 color control kind of Mega Zoo variant, whereas you play a lot more options than that, and you want to recover more stuff. With this one, I don't feel like I need it. To go along with that Magnanimon, we do run the StarterNet one. We have to run some vanillas. 10 cost to drop, 12k body, 2 cost to evolve into. So if we do get the Magnat, it's only 2 cost to evolve, so we can potentially memory choke there depending on what we put on. But yeah, we have to run some vanillas because you have to have something you can play first turn. Going on to the green side of it, it's item under 4. Once again, same principle. Vanillas, cheap, 10 cost, 12k body. 12k body is always relevant as well because it just gives you that pushing power for a lot of things. Then another to go like Magnanimon, we run the Puppetmon. It's a really good card. On play, you can suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, and your opponent's Digimon don't unsuspend during their unsuspend phase. So overall, really good card. When attacking as well, gain 1 memory. So if they do have anything that is suspended and you can beat over it, by all means do it with the puppet, gain a memory back off of it, and then you go into some of your bigger boss stuff afterwards. To finish off some of the level 6s, we run 4 Lotusmon. This card is really good because the fact is it slows your opponent down. The reason this one is, I feel, would be very competitive is the fact of how much control it can have of the board. Being able to recover more with the Magnanimon, being able to suspend with things like this, just gives you that kind of power to say you're going to have a good long game, and you're going to be able to stall them out with a lot of things. Now these last 2 cards probably don't need to be here, but I wanted more control. Now, I was going to put level 5s in for this to digivolve off of, but I don't like the idea of putting some level 5s in specifically for these couple of targets here. 2 Dandevi. So, ignore the beeps at the moment because I think that's my computer having an absolute meltdown. Yeah, 2 Dandevi. Now, yes, we are going to have to hardcast this. Yes, we are just running it purely for what Dandevi does. It slows your opponent down. If your opponent attacks us, and during on their turn, they have to trash one of their security, so it puts them in a situation. Or they decide they have to remove this. When that happens, I take 2 cards out of their hand. Now, I do feel like this would be better in my other variant, but I am trying it here. So it's a 2 off, just a 2 off. So that's the level 6s. Alright, go on to 7s. We run 8, and it is pretty straightforward. We run 4 of the Valda. Once again, going for that control. They can't just swing into it because I gain 3 memory back off of it. It's just one of those, it puts in a lot of work. And lowering 2 things by 7k each, or potentially 1 thing by 14k is pretty massive. So you can take out other level 7s. You can you can do a lot of pushing plays with this. You can clear a board that's got lower things on it, a couple level 5s. It's just all around good card. And to go with that, we have 4 of the other Chaos. Also a very good card because the fact is it allows you to clear boards. Like I said, if you swing with a puppet into something, gain a memory, then you go into this and swing into something else, you have the control of taking up large portions of their board. So the Chaos Mons really do put a lot of work in. Tamers, we run 2 TKs. I was considering Mimis in here on the basis that I run a fair amount of green top off, so I feel like I could get the greens to be to live, and I could rush out VMons. But at the same time, I only run 4 rookies, so I don't think it's that relevant. So we'll run the TKs on the chance that we can add something from security, and just gives that memory reset to 3, because we do need to reset to 3 because memory choke is still a thing. Going on to options, the last bit of the deck, we run 4 Kaiser. I mean, all of Purple's cards, they don't have an on-play effect when used. This one does. And it's incredible. I mean, Magnadramon at the right time, from under a Chaos to recover 2 for 4 cost is insane. Puppet to suspend a board, or suspend 1 thing and keep a board pinned, 4 cost is insane. Just such a good card all around. Even dropping out a Magna from underneath something, just so that you're getting the recovery. Good plays. And to go along with that, we run 4 Coitus Breath. Don't run Gaia Force and things like that in here. I like the Coitus Breath because the fact is this gets rid of a lot of resources from their board. Yes, they get the top card back, but if you do it at the right time, they have to build up an awful lot to get back there. If it goes up in security and play for free, amazing. It's the same principle. They've still got to cycle all the way back up there. And it gets around things like Craniumon, because Craniumon still may be a thing in places. You never know. I haven't seen it in the 2cc variants. I don't think they do it anymore. But the old style Megazoo list, black blockers, things like that, this gets around it. So that's the deck. Overall, I do think this would be a very strong competitive deck because of how strong a long game it's got. It's particularly good against Yellow War Grey, I found, because Yellow War Grey doesn't often survive many of his attacks. So once they've invested everything to a Yellow War Grey, it's kind of a case of it swings. If it hits that 12k, they've got to do it all over again, which they can do, but by that point, they've already taken a security from themselves. And if I'm getting other things like, let's say, for example, Dan Devi's, drop one of those out, they can't openly go into a War Grey with ease, because the War Grey is going to swing. Take one of my security, I take one of theirs. After they've taken one of theirs already. So there's lots of interesting plays within this deck to push for a strong long game and a lot of control. But if you do like the deck, if you do want to see some play style with it, I do stream quite oftenly on a Tuesday, Thursday and tournament days, so feel free to stop by and check it out. The links are on my YouTube, they're also in the description of this video as well. But if you do like the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and hit the bell for notifications, so when you can see more of this content when it goes live for you. And thanks for stopping by Gordo Games, and as you know, let's get digital, let's get going.